沒有所謂的官方時代精神運動，時代精神運動是怎麼的解釋，不來自官方時代精神運動網站。貨幣和交易在當今世界的市場社區體系中是主導力量。然而，交易的問題在於交易導致稀缺，稀缺又導致更多的交易，稀缺卻導致社區問題，如暴力。交易通常被視為一種完美的、烏托邦的、平等的交換，但實際上它涉及兩個當事人都試圖使用欺騙手段來獲得交易中更有利的一方，這導致了一個等級制社區。根據理查德·威爾金森的《精神水平》一書，富人和窮人之間的差距越大，社區的總體健康狀況越差，主要是因為壓力。我們不是在談論友好的乒乓球比賽或國際象棋比賽，我們在談論社區競爭。為了金錢進行的社區競爭是有壓力的，貧窮本身就是有壓力的。具體通過科學和科學方法來滿足人類的需求，實際上對商業不利。這是因為和平、可持續性、技術效率和豐富被視為市場社區體系的敵人。這個體系追求金錢，通常被稱為一切邪惡的根源。世界上生產的食物足夠養活地球上的每個人，但多達7.83億人仍然挨餓。這是因為商業往往優先考慮從人身上賺錢，而不是滿足他們的需求。這被稱為社區體系暴力或結構性暴力，其中貧困被認為是最致命的暴力形式。只有能夠負擔得起他們需求的人才能滿足這些需求。此外，產品通常被設計成易於損配或過時，以鼓勵重複購買，這會浪費自然資源。這被稱為成本效率，即在生產的每個階段削減成本以最大化貨幣利潤。污染也是企業試圖節省資金而不是妥善處理廢物所導致的後果。企業和公司往往只滿足那些能夠負擔得起的人的需求，即使那樣，他們也不一定想要永久解決問題。高度先進的技術也可能對商業利益有害。例如，尼古拉·特斯拉的創新技術通常超出了市場的範疇，因此它被排斥在外。同樣，如果真的發現了癌症的治癒方法，那也對商業不利。醫療或衛生保健機構通過不斷地治療疾病來賺錢。如果永久治癒了某人的疾病，就無法再從他們身上賺取收入了。所以，時代精神運動主張一種被稱為資源基礎經濟的新社區體系來解決這些問題。資源基礎經濟被定義為將科學方法應用於社區關切的方式。這將是一個開源的社區體系，不受版權保護，沒有戰爭。社區體系的重點將是解決人類問題和擁護支持人類和動物生活的自然環境。人們將擁有所需的東西，而不是財產，這將導致豐富。人們去使用物品，並在不再需要時貴船，就像公共圖書館或那些遍佈各地的街頭圖書館一樣。擁有物質財產或擁有大量金錢並不會帶來幸福。除了人們生活所需的財產之外，真正帶來幸福的是優質的社區關係。
總有一天，我會因為在我的公庵製造這些實際的東西而富有，然後你就不會富有了，而我也不會孤獨，因為我會有錢來陪伴我。那是一個該死的糟糕計劃。
目前1%的人口擁有全部財富的50%。這種情況使公眾相互撐斗，而富人則通過各種方法，如媒體或法律體系，控制公眾。當前市場體系不合理的地方在於，他期望人們在不能滿足他們需求的貧困條件下表現出合理的行為。這意味着警察實際上懲罰了貧困人口因無法改變的狀況而陷入的困境。人類行為受到遺傳和環境的綜合影響。犯罪是貧困的結果。然而，當像一家公司這樣的實體變得足夠強大時， 他們倍凌駕於法律之上，並因摧毀人們的健康而賺取金錢而逍遙法外。酒精、香煙、賭場、如科學教等邪教，這些公司從摧毀人們的生活和健康中賺取金錢而不感到納垢。在資源基礎經濟中也不配有知識產權或版權。這個現實已經允許人類提出任何組合，所以版權實際上是剽竊的一種形式。當某物被放置在版權下時，無論是音樂、視頻、繪畫、技術藍圖等，都是在剽竊現實，因為這個現實在任何地方都是連接的，始終如一。此外，在資源基礎經濟中，就業不配像今天一樣存在。資源基礎經濟的理念是工作要聰明，而不是努力。這意味着佢積極採用機器自動化，以便人們可以自由地過上沒有像為僱主工作一樣的生活。越到奴隸制，貨幣就是債務。基本上，存在的每一美元實際上都附帶着剔款和利息。因此，人們被迫工作來償還債務和支付生活成本。然而，由於利息的存在，不可能償還所有債務。如果所有債務都償還了，也就是所有錢都還給了銀行，銀行仍然拒要求利息。因此，問題變成了人們是為了改善生活和改善人們的生活而工作，算是在毫無意義的工作中努力工作。我們努力工作的目的實際上是為了償還虛構的債務和利息。在資源基礎經濟中，豐富是目標，因此人們不配被迫工作來償還虛構的債務和支付生活成本。無論一個人多麼努力工作，在市場上，由於市場基於稀缺性、債務和利息，總會有人貧窮。經濟基本上就像一場音樂椅遊戲。相反，在資源基礎經濟中，人們的需求將通過科學和科學方法得到滿足。此外，在資源基礎經濟中也不配有政治存在，正如喬治·奧威爾的《1984》一書所述，權力的目標就是權力本身。政治關心的是對權力的上癮，而不是解決問題。科學和技術解決問題。所以，最重要的是，根據我們當前的科學理解，時代精神運動認為比市場更好的社區體系是可能的。當愛的力量戰勝對權力的追求時，世界將會迎來和平。有關時代精神運動，存有一件需要注意的事情。儘管一些時代精神運動的成員可能會聲稱有一個官方的時代精神運動，但實際上並不存在官方的時代精神運動。對我來說，時代精神運動有一個勾別，即倡導和平、愛和真理的時代精神運動，與所謂的官方時代精神運動有所不同。後者對其材料持有激進的版權，這些材料似乎只是反對市場壓迫，但實際上可能會強加一些自己的壓迫。一個官方的時代精神運動意味着時代精神運動是有等級的。你不能同時支持和平、愛和真理，又給力強制執行版權，這兩者是矛盾的。真正的時代精神運動的運作方式類似於激進組織匿名者 （Anonymous）。時代精神運動是一個分散的運動，如果人們理解了其中的材料，他們自然會希望支持或宣傳它。你不配因為成為時代精神運動的成員而得到報酬，也不需要支付費用才能成為成員。科學教 （Scientology） 邪教有一個官方的科學教堂。摩門教邪教也堅稱自己是官方的。摩門經和科學教的著作《戴安妮提克斯》都受到版權保護。雖然一些所謂的官方時代精神運動相關內容受到版權保護，並且版權受到嚴格執行，例如彼得·約瑟夫 （Peter Joseph） 的電影《前行的時代》（Zeitgeist Moving Forward），它是時代精神運動的主要宣傳工具之一。但描述時代精神運動的主要書籍《時代精神運動定義》、實現新的施庸方式《The Zeitgeist Movement Defined: Realizing a New Train of Thought》 是開源的或者採用知識共享的方式發布，正如它應該是的。人們應該歡迎製作支持時代精神運動的開源內容，而不必局限於所謂的官方時代精神運動的旗幟下。
Zeit-TV presents. What is the Zeitgeist movement? An explanation from a member of the Zeitgeist movement, not from the official Zeitgeist movement website. Money and trading in the market social system is the dominant force in the world today. The problem with trading, however, is trading results in scarcity, and scarcity results in trading. Scarcity results in social problems like violence. Trading is seen as a perfect, utopian, equal exchange, yet it is actually two parties, both attempting to use deception to gain the better end of the deal. This results in a hierarchical society, and according to the book The Spirit Level by Richard Wilkinson, the greater the gap between the rich and the poor, the worse the general health of that society. This is due to stress. We're not talking about a friendly game of table tennis or chess, we are talking about social competition. Social competition for money is stressful. Poverty is stressful. Actually servicing human needs with the use of science and the scientific method is actually bad for business. This is because peace, sustainability, technical efficiency, and abundance are the enemies of the market social system, for the love of money is the root of all evil. There is more than enough food produced in the world to feed everyone on the planet. Yet as many as 783 million people still go hungry. This is because business demands money to be made out of people, not meet their needs. This is called social system violence or structural violence. The deadliest form of violence is poverty. Only if you can afford your needs met do you meet your needs. Also, products are built to break for repeat purchases, wasting natural resources. This is called cost efficiency, or cost cutting at every stage of production to maximize monetary profit. Pollution also results from business attempting to save money instead of arranging for a proper disposal. Business and corporations only meet the needs of people who can afford it, and even then they don't actually want problems solved. Technology which is too good is bad for business. Nikola Tesla, for example, the technology he came up with was outside the context of the market, therefore he had to be shunned. Another example, if a cure for cancer was truly discovered, that would also be bad for business. The medical or healthcare establishment makes money out of continually servicing someone's sickness. If you cure someone of a disease permanently, you can't make any more money out of them. So the Zeitgeist movement advocates a new social system, called a resource-based economy, to solve these problems. A resource-based economy is defined as the scientific method applied to social concern. It would be an open-source social system, free of copyright, free of war, where the focus of the social system would be to solve human problems and the maintenance of natural environments that support human and animal life. Instead of property, people would have access to what they require, which would result in abundance. People would use an item and return it when they no longer need it, like a public library, or those street libraries that are popping up around the place. It is not owning material possessions or having lots of money that leads to happiness. Beyond what possessions people need to live, it is actually quality social relations that leads to happiness.
One day I'll be rich for making these actual things in my factory. And then you won't be rich and I'll be non-lonely because I'll have money to keep me company. That's a fucking bad plan.
At present, 1% of the population owns 50% of all wealth. This scenario leaves the public fighting with each other, while the rich have all the power to control the public through various methods, like the media or the legal system. What is unreasonable about the current market system is that it expects people to behave in poor conditions that don't meet their needs. This means the police effectively punish the poor for being in a situation that they can't help be in. Human behavior is influenced by a combination of someone's genetics and their environment. It is poverty that results in crime. Yet when an entity like a corporation becomes big enough, they become above the law and get away with making money out of destroying people's health. Alcohol, cigarettes, casinos, cults like Scientology, such corporations don't feel any guilt for making money out of destroying people's lives and health. Also, there would be no intellectual property or copyright in a resource-based economy either. This reality has already allowed any combination a human can come up with. So copyright is actually a form of plagiarism. Someone is plagiarizing reality when something is put under copyright, whether it is a piece of music, a video, a painting, a technical blueprint, etc. There is no such thing as an original work, which is the foundational idea behind copyright law, because this reality is connected everywhere all the time. Also, in a resource-based economy, there would be no jobs or employment as we know it today. The philosophy of a resource-based economy is to work smart, not hard. Meaning machine automation would be embraced so people are free to live their life without working essentially as a slave for an employer. Speaking of slavery, money is debt. Basically, every dollar in existence is actually a loan plus interest attached to it. So people are forced to work to pay off their debts and cover their costs of living. Yet it is impossible for all debts to be repaid because of the interest charged. If all debts were repaid, meaning all money given back to the bank would still demand interest. So the question becomes, are people working to improve their lives and improve the lives of people, or are people working in pointless jobs, where we work hard essentially for no reason to service fictional debt plus interest? In a resource-based economy, abundance is the goal, so people would not be forced to work to pay off fictional debt and to cover their costs of living. It doesn't matter how hard someone works, in a market, someone will be poor due to the market being based on scarcity, debt plus interest. The economy is basically like a game of musical chairs. Instead, in a resource-based economy, people's needs would be supplied to them through the use of science and the scientific method. Also, there would be no politics in a resource-based economy. As the book 1984 by George Orwell states, the object of power is power. Politics is concerned with an addiction to power and nothing more. Politics does not solve problems. Science and technology solve problems. So, the bottom line is this. Given our current scientific understandings, the Zeitgeist movement believes a better social system than the market is possible. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. One final thing to note about the Zeitgeist movement is that despite what some members of the Zeitgeist movement will claim, there is no official Zeitgeist movement. To me, there is a difference between the Zeitgeist movement, meaning promoting peace, love and truth, and the so-called official Zeitgeist movement, which holds the aggressive copyright of its materials that only appears to be against the market's oppression, yet might actually enforce some oppression of their own. An official Zeitgeist movement implies the Zeitgeist movement is hierarchical. You can't be for peace, love, truth, and aggressively enforce copyright. The two contradict each other. The real Zeitgeist movement works in a similar way to the activist group Anonymous. The Zeitgeist movement is a decentralized movement, where if people understand the materials, they will naturally want to advocate or promote it. You are not paid to be a member of the Zeitgeist movement, nor do you pay to become a member. The Scientology cult has an official Church of Scientology. The Mormon cult also has a stance of being official. The Book of Mormon and Scientology's book, Dianetics, are both under copyright. While some so-called official Zeitgeist movement-related content is under copyright, and that copyright is strictly enforced, for example, Peter Joseph's film Zeitgeist Moving Forward, which is one of the main vehicles for the Zeitgeist movement, the main book which describes the Zeitgeist movement defined, realizing a new train of thought, is open source or is under Creative Commons as it should be. And people should be welcome to make open source content supporting the Zeitgeist movement without it being under the so-called official Zeitgeist movement banner.